Hey everybody, welcome to Dad, Daughters, and Drinks, where you'll always get at least two of those three. Today we are reacting to Alip hide and seek ding dong finger style cover. Somebody requested this a while back and had mentioned something about it having really interesting kind of hammer-on harmonic techniques. And so I thought I would take a look at this. It's listed as a cover. I don't know what it is. It looked like from the description, a very brief description to the video, it mentioned anime, horror. So I'm guessing that this is from an anime uh, that I'm not familiar with. I'm not a big anime fan, but my kids may know what it is. But I'm going to go ahead and give it a listen. Let's see what we get. So he's doing a lot of different things with his right hand. Uh, Individually, none of them are all that like unusual, the way he's doing certain, harmonic picking techniques and things. But the way he's interleaving them all at the same time is actually fairly interesting. And even then, he also started like tapping some bass notes and things on there while he was doing the rest, which is really cool. Yeah, so one thing that probably needs to be acknowledged is almost everything he's doing with his left hand, which is normally, that's what you're fretting the notes with, uh, he's doing as hammer-ons, and I think this is probably why that was called out in the request that I had, is acoustic guitars are much more difficult to do hammer-ons with by themselves like this. A lot of times there's kind of hammer-on pull-off drill type things, but just sitting here and doing them jumping back and forth, it reminds me a little bit of when he did Sweet Child of Mine. He kind of did that main riff just tapping with his left hand. And so seeing that happen here, it's almost like he's doing background music with his left hand, doing that tapping technique, and then he's doing the melody with his right hand with this kind of combination of taps and harmonics and things. But it's not all just that. So occasionally, like just here, he, as part of the melody, dropped his pinky from his left finger down, plucked the note using his right hand like he normally would. And that's how you normally play notes when you're playing guitar. And to see it be an unusual thing to happen here is kind of cool. This part almost has like a Baroque feel to it. One thing I also like, and this is, not just for this piece itself, but most of the time when you have, a melody in a song, it's going to be in the higher, kind of register. Uh, Not always, but that's usually the case. You've got lower notes and mid notes that are kind of doing the bass and the just kind of keeping the chord structure, and then you have a higher melody. Uh, and one thing when you're playing the guitar, I'm sure most of you are aware, is the lower the strings are, they're going to be higher, and also the higher on the neck you go, they're going to be higher sounds, right? But when you're playing harmonics, you have the ability to make higher ringing sounds almost anywhere on the guitar. And so that gives you the ability, if you're playing normally and you want to have some high notes and melodies and things, you're hand has to kind of be, higher up the neck, and you're playing lower on the frets, which kind of prevents you from being able to play lower bass notes or something, right? Unless you're playing on open strings. And so when you're using all of these harmonics in the melody, that's giving Alip the ability to play lower notes fretted down here and still be able to play some of these harmonic higher melody lines, which is pretty cool. What was that? I don't know if that's a shot from the anime. It almost looks like, what is it, The Ring or whatever, that girl that comes through the television in that one horror movie. They always kind of have that, like, I just got out of the water, hanging hair, looking up at you, kind of like this evil view. Interesting that he threw that in. So I'm assuming it's a shot from the anime, but it seems like it's more of a real life horror movie shot, though, if you know what I mean. It doesn't look very animated to me. So if it is an animated shot from the show, then it's got to be a pretty high quality animation. So cool. I need to listen to that little section again real quick. He was doing something very interesting with those hammer-ons. I kind of missed what it was. Ba-da-da-da. He's almost playing these like little 4-note patterns that are hammer-on, up, and then back down again. I'm still amazed with everything he's doing that he's still managing to keep that tap beat with his pinky on his right hand. Like, even right there, like, how can you still keep that pinky going? That's really cool. I didn't notice. I'm going to go back to the beginning for a second. I didn't notice that beat that I mentioned that he was keeping with his pinky there in the second half. I don't remember him doing that in the first half. Yeah, see, I realize it's kind of softer here, but at what point did he start doing that? Jump forward a little bit. Oh, okay, so it did start earlier than I thought. I just was caught up in everything else. Either way, that was really cool. I'll leave it up to you guys who are familiar with the original to tell me how, like, faithful his adaptation was to the original piece of music. Like, would you have heard this and go, oh yeah, that's clearly, whatever the name of it is, I think hide and seek ding dong. Maybe you wouldn't know it if it's just a piece of music from an anime. But would you recognize what that was? Did he take lots of liberties in the middle or at the end? I don't know. It sounded pretty straightforward most of the time. Um, but it was really, it's a beautiful piece of music. It's almost got, like I said, some kind of classical Baroque sound to it. Um, so yeah, this was really, really nice. And it definitely was, you know, I said before, I'm getting a little speechless trying to think of how to say this, which is unusual for me, that he still keeps managing to show off different techniques uh, that I think maybe a lot of people might not actually recognize that they are different from other things that he's doing unless you play guitar. Uh, but because they're very subtle, right? It's small things that I'm noticing that I don't see him do in other songs. But so it's very cool. I mean, his versatility is just unquestionable. Awesome stuff. Um, yeah, let me know. I've been getting a lot of comments for things that I should react to from Alip. Uh, so keep them coming, even if they're things you've seen other people react to, because the more that you ask, more people ask for something, the more I'm likely to do that piece of music. So I've got a few things lined up, but the list is getting uh, pretty not defined. I've got a lot of songs, but I don't necessarily know what I need to be doing next. So let me know what you think. I should be looking at, and I'll grab my copy. If I'm saying coffee, is it just copy? Or because everybody posts copy monocopi, and like where's my coffee or where's the coffee? Um, I'm still trying to work, you know, some of these linguistic things out, but you know, I'll take all the help I can get. But in the meantime, you know, I've got my copy, if I'm saying that right, and I will post the link to the original video in the description, and I will see you all guys again on the next one. I hope you're all doing well. Take care.